Akin hesitates. Holds out an ancient gourd, its surface etched with forbidden sigils. Take it. But beware, not all gifts are blessings. Akin stares at the gourd, the whispers growing louder. The land sleeps under the full moon in the Oyo kingdom at night. The execution grounds are now empty, save for the dark silhouette of the tree of forsaken souls. A cold wind howls through the trees, carrying whispers. Then, movement. The earth trembles. A shadowy mist swirls around the execution site. From the darkness, a hand, Akin's hand, thrust out of the dirt. He gasps, eyes burning with unnatural light, his body wrapped in the tattered remnants of his burial cloth. He clutches the god gave him, its surface pulsing with an eerie glow. In the night at the outskirts of Oyo, Akin stumbles through the forest, his breathing ragged. He looks around, everything feels distant, surreal. His footsteps make no sound against the leaves. Akin, whispering to himself, shaken. I should be dead. A hunter moves through the trees ahead, unaware of Akin's presence. Akin instinctively reaches out, and suddenly, the hunter shudders, clutching his chest as his breath is pulled from his body. His skin pales as he collapses. Akin gasps and stumbles backward. Akin, horrified. What have I become? In the Oyo Kingdom streets at night, Akin enters the city, unseen. He walks through the crowded market streets, where traders drink and soldiers patrol, but no one notices him. He steps in front of a drunkard, waves his hand before his eyes. No reaction. Akin, muttering to himself, realization dawning. I am a ghost. Then, a flicker. A woman, wrapped in ethereal white cloth, watches him from the shadows. Her face is obscured, but Akin feels drawn to her. He stumbles forward, but she vanishes. In the royal palace at night, Akin reaches the gates of the king's palace. His vengeful heart pounds. The guards stand at attention, oblivious to his presence. He clenches his fist, a pulse of shadowy energy swirls around them. Akin, low, dark. If I cannot be seen, then I cannot be stopped. He steps forward, but as he crosses the palace threshold, an invisible force repels him, sending him flying back. He crashes into the dust, groaning in pain. A laughter echoes through the wind's voice. Mocking. Not so fast, my dear Spectre. Did you think vengeance would come so easily? Akin grips the ground in frustration. The god at his waist pulses, whispering ancient secrets. He slowly looks down at it. Akin wanders into an abandoned shrine, where old carvings of the gods line the walls. The moonlight filters through cracks in the roof. He uncorks the god. A dark mist spills out, forming a swirling vision, the past, the future, and something else, a voice calling his name. Mysterious voice. Whispering, distant. Akin. Startled, looking around. Who's there? The mist solidifies into the form of a man, his face scarred and familiar. This is Betrayal, a warrior who died in the king's service long ago. Betrayal, spirit. Grimly. You walk a dangerous path, Akin. The world of the dead does not let go so easily. Akin, gritting his teeth. Then tell me what I am. What is this curse upon me? Betrayal steps closer. His eyes gleam with something ancient. Betrayal, spirit. You are not just a ghost, nor a man reborn. You are Okundaye, the one who carries death in his pouch. You are a spectre, caught between worlds, and neither gods nor mortals will let you rest. Akin grips his chest, feeling the weight of those words. He is cursed, and yet, he feels something powerful stirring inside him. Betrayal, spirit. But beware, Akin. There are forces that seek to control you, and others that will fear what you are becoming. The vision dissolves, leaving Akin alone with his thoughts. He clenches his fist, his expression darkening. Akin. Soft, determined. If I am neither dead nor alive, then I will become something greater. A small village outside Oyo at night. Fires burn in the distance, the aftermath of a raid. The air is thick with sorrow and smoke. Villagers cry as they bury their dead. The wounded groan in makeshift tents. Akin watches from the shadows, unseen. His eyes scan the destruction, his fist clenching. A mother cradles her lifeless child, wailing. A wounded hunter struggles to breathe, his chest heaving with shallow gasps. Akin steps closer. His fingers tingle as the shadows around him stir. Without thinking, he reaches out toward the hunter. A dark mist sneaks from his fingertips into the man's body. The hunter gasps, his wounds closing instantly. He stares at his hands, terrified. Hunter. Shaken, whispering. What are you? Akin stumbles back, shocked by what he's done. Akin. To himself, horrified. I can still life, but I can give it to... A murmur rises in the crowd. They see him now. Eyes widen in fear and awe. Some bow, others whisper his name like a curse. Villager, whispering. Okundaye. Akin backs away, the weight of their stares crushing him. Then, a sharp cry pierces the air. Akin flees into the dense jungle, his breath ragged. The god at his waist pulses like a beating heart. Shadows swirl around his feet, whispering in languages long forgotten. A rustle in the trees. A spear whistles through the air. Akin dodges just in time. A group of masked warriors, adorned in ancient charms, emerge from the darkness. Their leader steps forward, a towering man with ritual scars across his face. This is Boba Ifej, High Priest of the Orishas. Boba Ifeju. Booming voice. Spectre. You desecrate the balance of life and death. Akin clenches his fist, the air around him humming with power. Akin. Darkly. I did not ask for this. Boba Ifeju. Narrows his eyes. And yet, you walk the earth unbound. You are a curse, Akin. A mistake that must be corrected. Akin braces for attack, but Boba Ifeju raises his staff, the air shudders with energy. A golden sigil burns into the ground, trapping Akin in a circle of light. Akin gasps as pain rips through his body. He drops to his knees, unable to move. His veins glow with strange markings. Boba Ifeju. Chanting in Yoruba. You were not meant to return, Spectre. Now, you will cross over forever. Akin struggles, but the magic is too strong. His vision blurs until a laugh fills the air. A gust of wind scatters the sigil. The forest trembles. Boba Ifeju stumbles back, startled. Akin gasps for air as a figure steps forward from the mist. His grin is sharp as a knife, his red and black robes billowing in the wind. Mocking, amused. TSK, Boba Ifeju. You meddle in things beyond you. Boba Ifeju. Spitting, furious. You caused this man. Grinning wider. Did I? Or did I simply offer him a choice? Akin, still weak, watches the exchange in confusion and fury. Akin. Gritted teeth. Why did you bring me back? Tilts his head, amused. Oh, now you ask the right question. Akin staggers to his feet. The air around him crackles, his power rising unchecked. Akin. Low, dark. Tell me the truth. Chuckles, then leans in. Softly, dangerous. You were never just a man, Akin. Akin's breath catches. The truth coils around him like a living thing. Whispering, eyes gleaming. You are the vessel for something far older than this world. A gust of wind tears through the trees. The shadows whisper in fear. Akin clenches his fist, his eyes burning with power. Akin. Low, menacing. Then I am done being used. The ground trembles. The sky darkens. Akin's transformation is nearing completion. Sacred grounds of the Orishas at night. The sky churns with black storm clouds. The air is thick with tension. Akin stands on the sacred grounds, a mystical space where the boundaries between the mortal and spirit realms blur. In front of him, Baba Ifoju and his warriors stand ready for battle, their weapons and charms glowing with divine energy. Behind Akin lingers, watching with an amused expression. But then, the air shudders. A dark portal rips open behind them. A new presence steps forward, Ajoka, the soul devourer. Towering, wrapped in shadows and ancient sigils, Ajoka's eyes burn like dying stars. He is the one who truly seeks Akin's power, the forgotten god of destruction. His voice slithers like smoke through the air. Ajoka. Deep, hollow, echoing. You have wandered long, Okundaye, but your fate was sealed long before your first breath. Akin clenches his fist. His body radiates dark energy, the whispers of spirits swarming around him. Akin. Low, dangerous. I will not be a pawn. Not for you. Not for anyone. Sacred grounds, moments later. A violent storm erupts as the battle begins. Akin launches forward, his hands wreathed in pure shadow energy. He clashes with Baba Ifoju's warriors, his movements inhumanly fast. He dodges spears, deflects charms, and absorbs attacks into the swirling darkness around him. Meanwhile, laughs, stepping aside as Ajoka's monstrous form looms closer. Grinning. Oh, now this is getting interesting. Akin finally breaks free of the warrior's onslaught. He howls a pulse of shadow energy, sending them flying. But then, Ajoka strikes. He swings a massive arm, and Akin is slammed through the air, crashing into a stone pillar. Akin groans, blood trickling from his lips. He tries to rise, but Ajoka steps forward, towering over him. Ajoka. Voice vibrating through the air. You are nothing without me, Spectre. You were born to serve my will. Akin grits his teeth. His fingers curl into the dust. He feels the weight of all his choices, his rage, his grief, his power. Then, suddenly, the memory of the mother and child in the village flashes in his mind. The pain of the people. The fear in their eyes. The moment he healed instead of destroyed. Akin's breath steadies. His eyes flicker, not just with darkness, but with something else. Something deeper. A choice. Sacred grounds, final moments of battle. Akin rises. His form glows, but not with the chaotic darkness of before. Now, his shadow energy stabilizes, forming divine armor around his body. Ajoka snarls, sensing the change. Ajoka. Furious, commanding. I made you. Akin. Calm, resolute. No. You enslaved me. Akin raises his hand. The god at his waist pulses one last time, and then shatters. A tidal wave of pure ancestral energy explodes outward. It engulfs Ajoka, trapping him in a vortex of light and shadow. The forgotten god screams, his form breaking apart. With one final cry, Ajoka is sealed away forever. A sudden stillness falls over the sacred grounds. The storm clouds part. The spirits whisper, and then fade. Akin exhales. His form stabilizes, no longer a mindless specter, but something more. A true guardian between life and death. Sacred grounds, dawn. The first light of dawn breaks over the horizon. Baba Ifoju watches Akin with cautious respect. Baba Ifoju. Soft, nodding. Perhaps you were never a mistake after all. Akin looks at his hands, now steady, controlled. Smirking, crossing arms. Well, not quite the chaos I had in mind, but impressive nonetheless. Akin turns to, his expression unreadable. Akin. Firm, final. I am done playing your games. Grinning, tilting his head. Are you? We shall see. With a final laugh, vanishes into the wind, leaving only the echoes of mischief behind. Akin looks back at the rising sun. The weight of his choices lingers, but he is free. The path of a legend. In a small village, untouched by war or ruin, nestled between rolling green hills. Children laugh as they chase each other through the dusty paths. Merchants call out their wares. The scent of roasted yam and palm wine lingers in the air. A hooded figure walks slowly through the village square. His steps are silent, his presence almost unnoticed, except by a single, wide-eyed boy who stares at him in awe. The boy tugs at his mother's hand. Boy. Whispering, excited. Mother, is that him? The mother hushes him, pulling him close, casting a wary glance at the hooded stranger. But Akin does not stop. He walks through the village, past the people, past the memories, until he reaches a quiet riverbank at the edge of the town. Riverbank, dusk. Akin removes his hood, revealing his face. His eyes, once haunted, now hold a calm resolve. He kneels by the water, watching the ripples spread outward. A gentle wind stirs the surface of the river. The faint whisper of spirits lingers in the air, calling him back to the other world. Behind him, Baba Ifoju approaches, his staff tapping lightly against the ground. He watches Akin in silence for a moment before speaking. Baba Ifoju. Softly, respectful. You have a choice to make, Okundaye. Akin does not look away from the water. Akin. Quietly. I know. Baba Ifoju nods, stepping closer. Baba Ifoju. You can return to the world of men. Live among them. Be a guardian, a healer, or a destroyer. Akin remains silent, his gaze distant. Baba Ifoju. Or, you can fade into myth. Let the world remember you as a legend, a name whispered in fear and reverence. Akin finally turns to face him. Akin. And what if I choose neither? Baba Ifoju raises an eyebrow. Akin. What if I walk between both worlds? A shadow when I am needed, a whisper when I am forgotten. Baba Ifoju studies him for a long moment. Then, he smiles, small, knowing. Baba Ifoju. Then you truly have become what fate always intended. Akin looks up at the darkening sky. The first stars glimmer faintly, as if watching. The spirits are silent now, waiting for his answer. Akin stands. He breathes deeply, closing his eyes for a moment. Then, he steps away from the river, toward the darkness beyond. Akin. Soft, final. Let the world wonder. With that, he pulls his hood over his head and disappears into the night. At night sky, final shot. The camera pans up to the vast sky. The wind howls through the trees, carrying a single whisper. Okundaye. The man who holds death in his pouch. A shadow moves across the moon and then vanishes.